Today, we are looking at a crazy position on the board that seems impossible to win. It is White's turn to move. At first glance, our pawns look extremely close to promoting, but there is only one correct move for White to win this game. First, let's start with the most obvious move, which is giving a check. White pushes e7 and gives a check. The black bishop immediately takes the pawn on e7. White captures the bishop with the f6 pawn and checks again. The black king then comes to e7 and takes that pawn. Only the kings are left on the board. This game inevitably ends in a draw. This method didn't work, so let's reset the pieces. Maybe we should try pushing the other pawn. White pushes the f7 pawn forward. The black king quickly moves to the e7 square. This move completely locks down the progress of the white pawns. The white king might want to come to g8 to support its pawn, but the black bishop cannot just wait on f8 because it's black's turn and it safely escapes to h6. When the white king returns to h7 to attack it, the bishop simply goes back to the f8 square. As long as the black king stands firm on e7, white can never advance its pawns, and this loop ends in a draw. All aggressive moves end in failure. Let's put the pieces back to the starting position. To win, we must find the absolute most cold-blooded move on the chessboard. The correct move is King h8. Trapping the king in the corner might seem completely illogical at first glance. However, this move serves one single specific purpose: to force black into a state of compulsion to move, known as Zugzwang. Black must now find an answer, and every possible move will crush its own defense. Let's assume black moves its king to the e8 square on the very first move. White, in response, simply brings its king to the g8 square. Black is once again forced to move and is now thoroughly trapped. If the black king retreats back to d8, the white king takes the unprotected f8 bishop for free. After that, it comfortably promotes one of the pawns into a queen. Because of this, instead of playing its king, black is completely forced to move its bishop. So what exactly do we do if the black bishop escapes to the h6 square? When the bishop moves to h6, it entirely loses control over the e7 square. Because of this, white safely pushes the e6 pawn forward to e7. The black king is forced to run away to the d7 square. Right after that, the white king steps onto the f7 square. Black now has zero chance left to prevent the e7 pawn from promoting, and white wins. Now, let's look at the other diagonal scenario. Let's take the pieces back to the king g8 move. What happens if the black bishop escapes to a square on the other long diagonal, like c5? This time, we cannot push our e-pawn because the black bishop is controlling the e7 square. Instead of that, white pushes f7 and delivers a check. The black king is absolutely forced to escape to the d8 square. Now, white promotes to a brand new queen on f8 and gives a check. The black bishop is completely forced to capture that queen on f8. When the black bishop takes the queen, white simply takes that bishop with its king on g8. At the end of the day, the white king has securely settled on the f8 square. Meanwhile, the black king is far too distant to ever catch up to the e6 pawn. White easily promotes its only remaining pawn to a queen and wins the game. Hiding the king on h8 and waiting for the opponent to destroy their own position is an extraordinary tactic. If you were able to find this brilliant solution, congratulations to you. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more chess puzzles just like this. See you next time in the upcoming video.